First of all, let me describe why do we study this Laplace transform. In some of the cases, you convert some difficult differential equation into the corresponding algebraic equations, and we already know how to solve very simple algebraic equations in terms of S. So suppose your equation was given in terms of x or in terms of t. So you convert by the application of that Laplace transform this particular differential equation in x or t to some algebraic extension in S. You solve that equation in S and then you perform the Laplace inverse to reach here, because we want our answer finally in this variable x or in t. So that is why we require this Laplace transform, and moreover we require what is the inverse Laplace transform. So suppose if the Laplace transform of the function f of t, that is defined by capital F of S, and the inverse Laplace transform of capital F of S, that is defined to be f of t, then we know various formulas for Laplace transform. The first formula was Laplace transform of 1, that was equal to 1 upon S. The Laplace transform of e to the power minus at, that was equal to 1 upon S plus a. The Laplace transform of sin at, that was a divided by s square plus a square. Then we had the Laplace transform of cos at, that is equal to s divided by s square plus a square. Then we had the Laplace transform of sin hyperbolic at, that was equal to a divided by s square minus a square. And then the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at, it was equal to s divided by s square minus a square. And then lastly we had the Laplace transform of t to the power n. It was either equal to gamma of n plus 1 divided by s raised to power n plus 1, or it is equal to n factorial divided by s raised to power n plus 1. So for all these formulas we can write the corresponding inverse Laplace transform. So what would be that? So the inverse Laplace transform in this particular case, in the first case, so we can say the Laplace inverse of 1 upon s, that is equal to 1, using this particular formula. The Laplace inverse of 1 upon s plus a, that is equal to e to the power minus at. Okay, so this is the first formula, this is the second formula. And then we can write the Laplace transform of 1 upon s square plus a square, that is equal to sin at divided by a, because when you take Laplace inverse on both sides, this a, because this is constant, would come out of the inverse operator and would divide in the left hand side. Okay. And for the fourth formula, you have the Laplace inverse of s divided by s square plus a square. Now s could not be taken out from this Laplace inverse. This could not be taken out from this Laplace inverse operator. So this is equal to cos a t. And for the next formula, we would have the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s square minus a square, that is equal to sin hyperbolic at divided by a. And then the Laplace inverse of s divided by s square minus a square, that is equal to cos hyperbolic at. And lastly, what would be the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s raised to power n plus 1, that is equal to t to the power n divided by either n plus 1 gamma, or this is equal to t to the power n divided by n factorial. So these are few of the formulas that you should remember. Next, we look at some more formulas. So we also know what is the Laplace transform using this shifting property of e to the power at sine bt. So this is equal to b divided by s minus a whole square plus b square, and then you know what is the Laplace transform of e to the power at sine hyperbolic bt. This is equal to b divided by s minus a whole square minus b square. And then the next formula we have the Laplace transform of e to the power at cos bt, that is equal to s minus a divided by s minus a whole square plus b square, and then the Laplace transform of e to the power at cos hyperbolic bt, that is equal to s minus a divided by s minus a whole square minus b square. And then the last shifting property applied on this e to the power at into t to the power n minus 1, that is equal to n minus 1 factorial divided by s raised to power n, s minus a raised to power n. So corresponding to these, we can write the inverse Laplace transform. So what are those? So for this 8th result, what do we have? The inverse Laplace transform of 1 divided by s minus a square plus b square, that is equal to e to the power at sine bt divided by b. Then the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s minus a whole square minus b square, that is equal to e to the power at sine hyperbolic bt divided by b. And then we have the Laplace inverse of s minus a divided by s minus a whole square plus b square, that is equal to e to the power at cos bt. And then we would have, corresponding to this formula, Laplace inverse of s minus a divided by s minus a whole square minus b square, that is equal to e to the power at cos hyperbolic bt. And then we would have the last formula, Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s minus a raised to power n, that is equal to t to the power n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 factorial into e to the power a t. Okay, so these are several formulas that you already know. So now I have written their corresponding inverse Laplace formulas. So using these formulas, let us solve several questions. So first question here is, evaluate the expression Laplace inverse of 1 divided by 2s plus 4 plus 1 divided by s square minus 9 plus 1 divided by 3s square plus 12 plus 1 divided by s minus 4 cube plus s divided by s square minus 12. So we have to evaluate the Laplace inverse for this expression. So let us solve this one. So firstly, you know Laplace operator, that is a linear operator. So its inverse is also a linear operator. So we would find the Laplace inverse of 1 upon 2s plus 4, and then we would find the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s square minus 9 plus the Laplace inverse of 1 upon 3s square plus 12 plus the Laplace inverse of 1 upon s minus 4 cube, and then plus the Laplace inverse of s divided by s square minus 12. So next we have, what is the Laplace transform of this quantity? This is the Laplace transform. We could take 1 by 2 outside So it would be 1 by 2 Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s plus 2. Now what is the Laplace transform of this quantity? It is equal to e to the power minus 2t. So because of the given formula. What was the formula? Because of this first shifting property, using this result, we have the Laplace inverse of that first term. Okay. So what would be the Laplace inverse of this quantity? Laplace inverse 1 upon s square minus 9 square. So you could write 9 square as 3 square. So the second quantity here would be sine hyperbolic 3t divided by 3. And then here also we can take 3 outside. So it would be 1 by 3. And then we would be left with Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4. S square plus 4. Okay. So here the second term is the same, sine hyperbolic 3t upon 3, and here we would have the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s square plus 4. You can write 4 as 2 square, so it would be 1 divided by s square plus 2 square. So that is nothing but sine 2t divided by 2. So for the fourth term, what is this quantity? S minus 4 cube. So here it could be written using the shifting property, e to the power 4t. So we would have only this term, the Laplace inverse of 1 upon s cube, and what is that? That is t square divided by 2 factorial. So this is the term that we have. And then the Laplace inverse of this term. So this term, because s is present here, so that would correspond to cos, and because minus is present here, so that would be hyperbolic function. So that means we have this to be cos hyperbolic square root 12t. So here we would have e to the power 4t into t square divided by 2 factorial, and then we have cos hyperbolic square root 12 into t. So this is the final answer. This is the Laplace transform of the given function. So now let us see question number 2. It says that find the Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s square plus s plus 1. So now this formula directly does not correspond to any of the given above formulas. These. So what we will do, if you look at your question carefully, what is this? This is 1 divided by some polynomial whose degree is 2. So here what we can do, we can complete the square of the denominator term. So for completing the square, what you have to do? You have to take the term, mixed term, that means s to the power 1, and then you will take its coefficient is 1, then you will divide that coefficient by 2, then you will take the square of that coefficient. So this is, what is this quantity? This is 1 by 4. So what you do, you add 1 by 4 and you subtract 1 by 4. So it would be Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s square plus s plus 1 by 4, and then minus 1 by 4 and plus 1. Okay. So this is what? Laplace inverse of 1 divided by, now what is this quantity? This is the square of s plus 1 by 2. And then we have, what is this quantity? This is nothing but 3 by 4. So positive 3 by 4. So now in order for this, according to this term, when you take the Laplace inverse, it would be according to shifting property e to the power minus 1 by 2t. And then what would be the Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus square root 3 upon 2 whole square, because you can write 3 upon 4 as square root 3 upon 2 whole square. So it would be sine square root 3 divided by 2t divided by this constant 3 by square root 3 by 2. So this is the Laplace transform finally, because what the Laplace transform of this term is equivalent to this term. Okay. So this is the final answer. So next let us look at another question. It says find the Laplace inverse of s divided by s square plus 4s plus 13. So now you see here in the numerator we have s. So here the term in the denominator should be perfect square of something. So here also what we'll do, we'll make the perfect square in the denominator. So for that what do? You take the coefficient of mixed term. What is the mixed term? That is 4s. 4s. So its coefficient is 4. Then you divide this coefficient by 2. So it would be 2. Then you square this coefficient, so it would be 4. So what you do here is you add this 4 and you subtract this 4 from here. So what would this become? Laplace inverse of s divided by, according to this term it would be the square of s plus 2 whole square, and then according to this it would be plus 3 square. Okay. So now when you have to apply the Laplace inverse, this term over here should be equal to this term. So accordingly, which formula would you use? You have to use a formula of this kind. So for that this term should be equal to this term. So we'll make first that and then we'll apply the formula. So accordingly what we will do, we will add and subtract 2 in the numerator divided by s plus 2 whole square plus 3 square. So now we can separate out the terms. So it would be Laplace inverse of s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 whole square plus 3 square, and then we have minus Laplace inverse of or minus 2 Laplace inverse of 1 divided by s plus 2 whole square plus 3 square. This term has been taken out. Okay. So next we have to apply the formula. So it would be e to the power minus 2t into cos 3t, because here the angle is this 3, and then we have minus 2 into e to the power minus 2t, and this would be the formula of sine 3t divided by 3. So this is the final answer, and this is the Laplace transform of the given function.